Make another movie about me. This time it'll be even better.
He can't.
So, yeah, Martin's a 10 for me.
He's dead.
Or, no, Martin's like a 9.5, 9.75. I can't remember what I scored it.
Are you? Yeah, but
9.75.
Yeah, but you've had 10s in your list before this.
It's probably...
You're all mixed up with your fucking shit. You have to make it a 10 now.
Yeah, it's probably become a 10 for me over the years anyway. Like, every time I watch
Over last year, when it was a 9.5 or something?
Yeah, it's a film that I still...
Wouldn't surprise me with him.
No.
Yeah, it's one of those films that I enjoy more every time I watch it.
Yeah, I've only seen it twice, but we've covered this on our podcast. I think like the third or fourth episode.
I mean, if you're looking for like the blood and thunder of Day of the Dead and Dawn of the Dead, then you're probably going to be disappointed. But if you're looking for Romero at his most like, I don't know, at his best writing and imagination level, then you're in for a treat.
Yeah, because after that he got to fall back on gore also instead of a story. My number 4 is The Shining. You guys already talked about it, but we're doing this, a week and a half later?
Yeah,
just a little inside the podcast thing.
We've been doing this episode like a big tattoo, just like a session at a time.
Slow and
steady.
the
The scabbing and the swelling went down in the last one, so we're finishing it off now. But I don't remember what you guys said, and I'm sure it was said about the Stephen King not liking the book, or liking the movie because of his book.
Yeah, he doesn't like the book.
He doesn't like his own book, but he loved the movie. And they redid, fucking, what's that guy from Wings?
Steven Weber.
Steven Weber. Is he in Wings? Is that what that was?
Yeah, Wings.
Yeah.
He's actually done his fair share of horror stuff, though. Like Jennifer, he wrote the screenplay for Jennifer.
Did he really?
In addition to being the lead.
I feel that he's been in a couple of those type of
anthology type series.
Yeah.
Plus, Dracula Dead and Loving It.
Yeah, and he has like one of the best scenes in that.
Yeah, getting douched with all the blood.
Yeah,
there's so much blood.
Like you said, the ending in the movie is way better.
I think so.
The fucking
all right. Yeah,
I'm already fucking high.
That didn't take long.
No, I didn't.
My number 4 is my all-time favorite Argento film, and that is Tenebrae. Camera shots in this are amazing. The score is awesome.
Yeah, best Goblin score.
John Saxon does a great job. And kills that are in it are just pretty awesome as well and very artistic.
Savage.
Totally, savage. Right up Argento's alley in his style. Even the dream sequences are done in like a unique, interesting way with the whole woman with the red shoes, and it's just really well done story too. I love this movie. It's a 10 out of 10 for me. I completely adore it.
One of the things that really,
of course you do,
really elevates it above a lot of his other work is it just doesn't really have any like weaknesses. It doesn't have like any weak casting or the real weakness of Suspiria is the overdubbing of Udo Kier, and like I get that that's just the way that they made their movies or whatever, but Udo Kier's voice enhances everything.
Mm-hmm. That it does.
So
yeah, this one is just I think we already talked about it too, didn't you? Have it on your list?
Yeah, it was like my number.
But yeah, what's your number 3, Randy?
My number 3 is the best Cronenberg film, Videodrome. I believe we've already covered that on the podcast as well.
Yeah, that was your first 10, I think.
Yeah, my first 10. So, I'm not going to jaw on about it too long. But one thing that I want to point out is that Cronenberg is like almost sort of prophetic in a sense, like Brian Oblivion, in that he saw like where violence in film was going. Like there was torture porn-ish stuff in the 70s, like weird grindhousey films, like all the Nazi experimentation films and stuff, but those all had plots.
Yeah.
They might have been thin and stupid and poorly executed, but they had plots. And the Videodrome transmission was like, it previewed Guinea Pig and all that stuff. Like the plot list, just we're going to tie you up and torture you and cut you to pieces and shit. So he saw where horror entertainment was headed, and like the effects in this are ridiculously cool and imaginative as fuck. Like the weird throbbing, pulsating electronics that look like all vascular and the tummy vagina thing. The only effect in the film that's kind of like, is there's a scene where he's reaching inside of himself and like the arm is a little too small.
Yeah.
But whatever. What are you going to do? Like,
well, maybe the rest of the stomach and shit grew to make it look smaller.
Just like
That's dumb, wasn't it?
the writing in the film is fantastic. The character names that he came up with in this one, like he always has cool character names, but Brian Oblivion and Max Wren, and they're just like, the film is perfectly conceived across the board, pretty much. I love it almost takes on kind of a noir thing in a way. Yeah. Max Wren is almost like the 30s private eye or whatever, and he like someone's using him and they turn him against someone else, and then it just keeps going back and forth, and the violence is just ridiculous. Like when Barry Convex gets killed at the optical convention.
Yeah, I'm stoned.
The way his body just like starts to rip apart and wriggle, and it's
wriggle,
wriggly.
Yeah, the more I hear about this, I really need to check this movie out. I can't believe I still never seen it.
I forgot he's never seen this.
It's one of those that's just eluded me.
It also has the strongest casting of any Cronenberg film. James Woods' best performance, which is fucking saying something. Deborah Harry as Nikki Brand is like...
James Woods' best performance, The Hard Way. Michael J. Fox.
God damn it. Just stop.
No, you said possibly at his best. What would be better?
Maybe his role in Another Day in Paradise.
Oh, yeah.
Larry Clark movie.
Yeah, the movie's not nearly as good as Videodrome.
No, not at all. But I really like it. It's kind of like...
I just can't enjoy his performances
modern...
because it's not all that good.
What, Another Day in Paradise?
It's not all that good.
No, it's really good. It's like a modern day take on Drugstore Cowboy. But anyway, Nikki Brand, Deborah Harry as Nikki Brand is like dangerously hot. Maybe the hottest like femme fatale in film history. Maybe I think she's hotter than Barbara Crampton in the S&M gear and From Beyond.
Well,
yeah,
you still haven't seen The Love Witch yet,
but
so
she's
there's
ginger.
that.
Oh shit, dude! Yeah,
she's ginger in this movie, so that kind of
that does help you out. Really.
Influences me. But
it's gross.
The score is like gothic and creepy and unsettling, and it's like a lot of organ-driven stuff, and the whole movie is just really disorienting and fucks with you, and if you haven't seen it, then you're a piece of shit.
Oh, damn it.
My number 3 is Return of the Living Dead. I have, to prove that I love it, I have tattoos on my body.
But like a year ago, you were saying it was your number 1.
I know, but I didn't really break down the list, and then I didn't really think about it. It's just always been there. It's always considered my number 1, and I made the list, and I was like, oh shit.
My second favorite... No, yeah, my first favorite horror comedy of all time. Yeah, my favorite horror comedy.
It's one of the best for sure.
No, it's the best.
Yours was Shaun of the Dead, wasn't it?
Well, no, my favorite horror comedy would probably be The Editor.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
it's
definitely better than The Editor.
What is?
Return of the Living Dead.
Oh, I was talking about Shaun of the Living Dead still.
Shaun of the Dead.
Oh. Shaun of the Dead.
Whatever. Okay.
Shaun of the Dead has really dropped in quality for me over the years.
I still love it. It's just not. Even if like I counted it as horror enough to put in my list, it wouldn't have made my 100 anyways.
No.
But horror comedies, it's top 10. For sure.
I don't even think it would probably go in mine.
What?
I'd have to really sit down and think about it, but...
All right. Well, next horror comedy episode we do, we'll just do our top 5, top 10.
Yeah, I'd like that.
You probably would, you little bitch.
Yeah, fuck you.
I don't know why I said that.
You know what is a real crime is the 2,4,5 trioxin theme is not available on vinyl or cassette or CD or anything.
Are you sure?
Yeah, that's right.
You can listen to it on YouTube or whatever, but...
Did you ever go to Discogs?
Yeah.
You did?
I've looked for this pretty extensively. Maybe I'm fucking stupid though.
Well, Waxworks, the record distributor that is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not they're a company too.
Yeah.
No, because they're doing other people's work. They have Creepshow 1 and 2 just came out.
That's cool.
They have like obscure shit too on horror on vinyl so I'm sure that'll eventually come out on vinyl. Some cheesy songs in it. The score is amazing, but I don't know if they do the sound.
The actual soundtrack is available. You can buy the soundtrack.
Oh, yeah.
You
Oh,
just
okay,
can't
yeah,
get
yeah.
the score.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I can't remember if this has been changed on the Scream Factory Blu-ray or not, but like I know like the DVD had like one of the main theme songs taken out of it. Like,
Yeah, I have that.
no, you do?
Yeah, well, from this tattoo you can't see. That's where I paused the special feature Blu-ray on that whatever just came out to take it in there because I couldn't find like a cool
good picture.
cartoonish drawing of it. So
Yeah, as one of the songs was taken out of the
Oh, yeah,
film,
that's right,
Like,
that's
Was it
one of the
part of the
DVDs.
score or one of the soundtrack songs?
I think it was one of the soundtrack songs.
Okay.
They ended up.
I wonder
getting
if
in
it was
Blu-ray.
the Cramps song.
we've covered this, but I deleted it on accident.
Whoops.
But then we covered a little bit on a horror comedy, like one of the coolest or the coolest looking zombie ever, Tarman.
Tarman.
Yeah,
for
Darman
sure.
is awesome.
Then they tried to do in part 2 that slime monster in the sewers.
Right.
They called him Tarman, and he was shitty looking.
Oh, he was. Yeah, it was nowhere near as cool looking.
That
And
guy-
the actor that moved, the movement that actor
yeah,
did.
like I said before, Bub is the greatest acted zombie of all time.
Yeah.
But I mean, the movement for this one is better than Bub's pretty much. But Bub as a character, a full blown zombie actor, like he's the best. That's stupid. I'm not leaving
Full-blown
that
zombie actor. No, you're leaving that in.
in. The FBZ, bro.
The actor that played Bub is in an episode of Seinfeld.
Yeah, we mentioned that.
Did we?
On this, yeah,
All
2
right.
weeks ago when we did the
Oh.
other part of this is a very fucking episode.
I'm stupid.
I don't want to glance over anything, but Scuzz. See, on this podcast, I give it a 10 or 9.75 before.
Yeah, because you said you didn't think you'd ever find your 10 at that point.
Well, it was just because the the featured zombies are amazing, but just the shit in the background, they didn't put a lot of prosthetics or.
And there's no gore.
Yeah, there's not a lot of gore in this movie.
There's no gore.
There
well, the
is
only
some
gore is
There's
when
two,
Tarman
there's
bites
two head
into
bites.
Suicide's head.
I don't even know if I can really count that as.
And Scuzz is the pedophile. I was about to say that. Like, every time I watch it now, I look at that dude and I hate him. Like, I forgot. I wish I could fucking say his name just to bring attention to how big of a piece of shit he is.
Yeah, saying then you got Suicide and Spider, who both went into part 5 of Friday the 13th.
Yep. We mentioned that when we covered it. Suicide's dead. He died of leukemia, like, right after this.
Oh, really?
Yeah. that
I
kinda
didn't know
sucks.
that.
But his parents, like, own this sandwich place in Chicago. And so last time I went, I was just going to go. Because I read there was, like, a little memorial thing in the store about him and shit. So I was going to go and, like, meet his family. Mark Venturi, I think is his name.
One of the coolest things about the Tarman Suicide interaction is that obviously Suicide is the toughest and most likely to survive member of the group, and they just do away with them right away to show like none of these people have any chance here.
Yep. Yeah, we didn't even touch on that last
It's
time.
pretty effective.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. Dan O'Bannon took over writing also for John
Russo.
John Russo wrote the fucking original story because he's battling.
I'm
the
sure
name
it's probably a very thin foundation upon which Dan O'Bannon built.
off. Well, I don't know. When I met John Russo and I said, "Hey, I got this tattoo because that movie like changed my life, or started my love for horror." And he wouldn't even. He knew it. He wouldn't really look at it and
Right.
acknowledge it. He's like, "I feel bad for you." So that kind of tells me he didn't have the original story. It was changed a lot, so he really didn't have a lot to do with it, except for getting the rights, battling Romero over the namesake or whatever. But
O'Bannon was just like a next level gifted writer to like the few contributions that the guy made to cinema are just like
Alien,
Alien, Life Force.
Dead and Buried, Life Force, and that like among some of the coolest shit in genre work for sure.
I guess that's it for that, Scott.
My number 3 is the 74, I think, was it? Exorcist?
73.
73.
Yeah, 73.
Yeah, The Exorcist. It's just an amazing...
Randy, go ahead. No, I'm just kidding. I
fuck you.
already talked about it, but
But yeah, it's just an amazing, great story. Like one of the first, I think, slow burns that I was ever actually introduced to. And one of the reasons this movie, like, I hold it so dear is this was around the time that I was like 9 years old, and I was getting like cocky with
You
I
were
started
probably
watching,
getting cocky for sure at 9.
but I was like watching the Nightmare on Elm Streets and Friday the 13th, and I'm like, these movies aren't even scary. I don't get scared easily. My mom's like, oh yeah, well, we'll test that theory, and she had me watch The Exorcist. And
Your mom sounds like a Satan.